Welcome back to the channel World Coins Master Coin Lovers, Treasure Hunters, and History Seekers. If you're here today, it's probably because you've heard the shocking rumors swirling around the numismatic world about the seemingly ordinary yet astonishingly rare 2007 Liberty 1-cent coin from the United States. Could a simple penny from your pocket actually be worth $130 million? Stick with me to the end, because what I'm about to tell you could change the way you look at pocket change forever. Now, let's dive deep. Deeper than ever before. We're peeling back layers of American history, minting errors, modern legends, and economic mystery to understand why this little copper-colored coin is at the center of one of the most talked about stories in the coin collecting community today. Let's start with the coin itself, the 2007 Lincoln penny. At first glance, this 1-cent coin looks just like any other. But appearances can be deceiving. On the obverse, we see the iconic bust of President Abraham Lincoln, a design by Victor David Brenner that has been a mainstay on the penny since 1909. Look closely and you'll see the word Liberty to Lincoln's left, the date 2007 to his right, and the infamous mint mark D beneath the year indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. Now, before we talk about value, rarity, and rumors of millions of dollars, we need to understand the history behind this coin. In 2007, the penny was still made primarily of zinc, coated with a thin layer of copper. This composition had been in place since 1982, when the U.S. Mint changed the metal content of the penny due to rising copper prices. Over 3.7 billion Lincoln cents were struck at the Denver Mint in 2007. So how could one of these be worth millions? Let me repeat that. Over 3 billion were made. But among those billions, coin collectors believe that one or two coins, possibly just a single piece, may have been struck with a combination of bizarre and unexplained minting anomalies, or even possibly an experimental planchet not meant to be released. We're talking about errors that are so significant, so unique, that they skyrocket the coin's value into realms never before imagined for a modern penny. But this story goes beyond typical mint errors. You see, somewhere along the way, whispers began to circulate. A private collector claimed to have purchased a 2007 Lincoln penny with visible anomalies, a misalignment, unusual luster, and a slightly off-center strike, all on what appeared to be a bronze planchet, not the standard zinc. This is where the mystery begins. You might be asking, what's the big deal about a bronze planchet? Here's the truth. Since the 1980s, all U.S. pennies are supposed to be made from zinc with a copper coating. Bronze planchets were phased out decades earlier. So a 2007 penny struck on a bronze planchet would be nothing short of a minting miracle, a time-traveling accident that should never exist. Coin grading experts and enthusiasts began examining this coin. Some reports claimed the weight was off, matching more closely with pre-1982 pennies. The luster looked different under magnification. The striking appeared deeper. Was this the real deal? Had a 2007 penny somehow been struck using an ancient leftover planchet from the wrong decade, or was this a cleverly crafted fake, a hoax, or possibly a deliberate mint experiment that slipped into circulation? Then came the shocking part. One anonymous collector, allegedly a multimillionaire investor with a passion for rare coins, offered to pay $130 million to acquire what he believed was a one-of-a-kind mint error with deep historical implications. Whether this transaction actually happened is still debated. But the rumor alone exploded across coin forums, Reddit, TikTok, and YouTube. Suddenly, everyone was checking their pocket change. Videos began to surface claiming to show pennies from 2007 with strange features. Off-center strikes, double dies, ghost lettering, and more. Some showed coins with heavy corrosion mistaken for rare coloration. Others were legitimate minor errors. But everyone was asking the same question: is this the mythical $130 million penny? Now, let's ground this story in reality for a moment. The most expensive pennies ever sold at auction are generally ultra-rare historical coins like the 1943 copper penny, a wartime error that sold for over $1.7 million. Or the 1909 SVDB, a rare early Lincoln cent valued in the hundreds of thousands. But a 2007 penny that's practically brand new. So how can it be worth $130 million? The key is rarity, error type, and collector demand combined with the mystique of modern numismatic legends. If a single coin is genuinely unique and verified by top grading agencies like PCGS or NGC, and a billionaire collector is determined to own it, the market sets its own price. That's not hype. That's economics. Let me give you a comparison. The 1794 flowing hair silver dollar, the first dollar coin ever struck by the US Mint, sold for over $10 million. That coin was rare, historically significant, and most importantly, it was the only one of its kind in such pristine condition. The 2007 Liberty 1 cent, if it is indeed a one-of-one anomaly, could command any price a determined buyer is willing to pay. So what should you do if you have a 2007 penny? Here's a checklist. First, weigh it. A standard 2007 penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours weighs around 3.1 grams, you may be holding a copper or bronze planchet error. Next, look for double dyes, ghost images, or off-center strikes. Examine the color. A slightly reddish or golden hue could indicate a different metal composition. Use a jeweler's loupe or take high-resolution photos, and compare with verified mint errors online. If you suspect you have something unusual, send it to a reputable coin grading service, PCGS or NGC, for authentication. And finally, keep it safe. Use gloves. Store it in a protective holder. And don't clean it, that could ruin its value forever. To wrap things up, whether or not the $130 million story is fact or modern legend, the 2007 Liberty 1 cent coin has ignited the imagination of collectors around the world. In a time when digital currency dominates the headlines, one humble penny reminds us that history, mystery, and money can still be hiding in plain sight right there in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more incredible coin stories, and let us know in the comments, have you checked your 2007 pennies lately? You just might be sitting on a fortune. Today, we dive deep into the fascinating world of US coinage, focusing on one of the most controversial, historic, and unexpectedly valuable coins in recent American history, the 2011 Liberty 1 cent, also known as the Lincoln Shield cent. Get ready for an unbelievable story of design changes, mint errors, collector chaos, market speculation, and hidden treasures still floating around in everyday circulation. If you've ever looked at a penny and thought it was worthless, think again. Let's start at the beginning. The US 1 cent coin has a legacy that stretches back to 1793, but it wasn't until 1909 that we saw the now iconic Lincoln cent introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The original design featured Lincoln's profile on the obverse with wheat ears on the reverse. That design ran from 1909 to 1958. In 1959, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, a design that lasted for 50 years, symbolizing stability and national memory. But in 2009, everything changed. To honor Lincoln's 200th birthday, the US Mint released a series of 4 new reverse designs showing different aspects of his life, from his birth in Kentucky to his presidency in Washington, D.C. These were beautiful and symbolic, but they were only transitional. Then in 2010, the US Mint introduced a brand new permanent reverse, the Union Shield design, a powerful emblem of Lincoln's commitment to unity during the Civil War. It was designed by Lyndall Bass and sculpted by Joseph Mena. This marked the beginning of the Lincoln Shield cent era, and in 2011, one of the most mysterious coins was born, struck at the Denver Mint with a D Mint marked out on the surface. The 2011 Lincoln penny looks like just another coin. It's copper-plated zinc. It weighs just 2.5 grams. It has no silver, no gold, no platinum. Millions were struck, over 2.5 billion. To be exact. So what makes it special? That's where the story gets strange. While most of the 2011 cents are completely ordinary and worth only face value, a few rare specimens have emerged over the years that defy explanation. We're talking about mint errors, double dyes, off-metal strikes, and coins struck on foreign planchets. One such coin surfaced in 2023 with a curious combination of errors and ultra-rare double die obverse, where Lincoln's image appears slightly duplicated. A clipped planchet, where the edge is sliced off in production. A microscopic reverse die crack, forming what collectors now call the lightning shield. And perhaps the strangest of all, it was struck on a bronze planchet, not the typical zinc. Only one is known to exist in this condition. Graded by PCGS as MS69 red, it was auctioned privately through a secretive dealer consortium, and the price $160 million. That's more than the price of some Picasso paintings. That's more than most people will earn in a lifetime. And it all started from a single penny someone found in their coin jar. Let's break it down. Ultra rarity. When it comes to coin collecting, rarity is king. The 2011 D-era coin is a one-of-a-kind. No other example like it has been found. Condition MS69 red is almost flawless. With brilliant luster and uncirculated sharpness, this is a gem. Most coins lose value once they've been handled or nicked even just slightly. Mystery: the origin of the era remains unknown. How did a bronze planchet get into Denver's modern zinc line? Was it an accident? A leftover blank from decades ago, or something more intentional? Collector hype. Once collectors and investors get wind of a high-value coin, the demand explodes. With only one in existence, the price is limited only by how much someone is willing to pay, and in this case, the buyer paid a jaw-dropping $160 million. Cultural impact. In the age of social media, stories like this go viral. People everywhere are now checking their pennies, hoping to strike it rich. This drives up the perceived value and fuels speculative demand. Here's the crazy part. The vast majority of 2011 D pennies are still out there. Billions were minted, and most are still floating around in pockets, drawers, jars, and cash registers across the United States and even the world. That means you might have a fortune sitting in your car's cup holder right now. Check the date. Flip it over. Look for anything unusual. Doubling of the letters off-center, strikes, strange coloration, clipped edges, die cracks that form unusual patterns. Even minor errors can be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars to collectors. And who knows? Maybe lightning will strike twice. Another rare coin like the $160 million specimen could still be out there, waiting to be discovered. So, what do you do if you find something suspicious? Step 1. Do not clean the coin. Cleaning damages the surface and ruins the value. Step 2. Use a magnifier. Look closely at details, especially the date, mint mark, and Lincoln's profile. Step 3. Compare with known errors. Use online coin forums, PCGS, NGC, or YouTube videos like this one. Step 4. Get it graded. Submit the coin to a professional grading service. The higher the grade, the higher the potential value. Step 5. Contact a trusted dealer or auction house. Rare coins like this should be sold through professionals who can get you top dollar. So, the next time you pick up a penny from the ground, take a second look. It might just be a multi-million-dollar mistake. The 2011 D Liberty 1 cent is more than just pocket change. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of unity, and in rare cases, a golden ticket to unimaginable wealth.